What if your desire isn't broken? It's just misunderstood. Many women believe that desire depends entirely on the right moment, the right mood, or the right person. But here's what's actually true. You control your sexuality. Your pleasure is yours. And your desire, in all its shifting, living complexity, is one of the most intelligent systems you carry. It's physiology, psychology, and context working together. And the more you understand those tides, the more you stop fighting them and start working with them. Let's begin with biology, specifically the menstrual cycle, and how its 4 phases shape the rhythm of desire in ways most of us were never taught. During the menstrual phase, estrogen and progesterone are at their lowest. Energy tends to be quieter, inflammation can be higher, and for many women, libido recedes here too. Think of this as low tide, inward, restorative, and still. But not always. Some women actually feel more desire during menstruation, partly due to increased pelvic blood flow. Both experiences are completely normal. Then comes the follicular phase, and the tide begins to rise. Estrogen gradually increases as the body prepares for ovulation. And as estrogen climbs, so does mood, energy, confidence, and sensitivity to touch. Estrogen influences dopamine signaling in the brain's reward pathways, making them more active and responsive. Many women find themselves more open, more curious, and more present in their bodies during this phase. During ovulation, estrogen peaks and testosterone rises slightly. The brain is primed for connection, novelty, and reward. Research suggests that many women experience heightened desire, greater sexual confidence, and increased sensitivity to erotic cues around this time. And then comes the luteal phase. Progesterone takes over, and the 2 hormones most closely linked to sexual motivation and physical arousal, estrogen and testosterone, begin to decline after ovulation. This period is calming, grounding, but also quieting. Libido often softens here. Some women notice a greater need for emotional safety, a lower threshold for stress, or premenstrual mood shifts as serotonin levels fluctuate. The tide recedes. And that's not loss, that's rhythm. Now let's pull back and look at the longer arc, because libido doesn't just move in monthly cycles, it moves across decades. During puberty and early adulthood, rising hormones activate sexual awareness. But desire during this time is shaped just as much by culture, safety, shame, curiosity, and the quality of the relationships around you. It can feel intense and confusing and wildly inconsistent. Sometimes all 3 at once. Pregnancy and postpartum bring some of the most dramatic shifts. Some women feel more desire during pregnancy due to increased blood flow and elevated estrogen. Others experience the opposite: nausea, fatigue, and body changes that make intimacy feel distant. Postpartum, libido commonly drops, sometimes significantly. Low estrogen, elevated prolactin during breastfeeding, sleep deprivation, and nervous system overload all contribute. This is the body protecting itself. It is not dysfunction. During perimenopause, which can begin anywhere from the mid-30s to the early 50s, estrogen fluctuates unpredictably, and desire can feel erratic. Present and vivid one month, then almost absent the next. This phase is one of the least talked about and one of the most disorienting. Disrupted sleep, mood changes, and brain fog can all dampen desire indirectly. But the changes you're feeling aren't a sign that your sexuality is fading. It's simply shifting. In menopause and beyond, as estrogen and testosterone decline more steadily, vaginal tissue changes. Physical arousal may take longer, but desire doesn't disappear. For many women, it becomes quieter, more context-dependent, and in some ways, more honestly their own. Now let's move on to the psychology of desire. And here is where things become both fascinating and deeply misunderstood. Sexual desire is shaped by far more than hormones alone. Contemporary research in sexual medicine and neuroscience shows that libido is influenced by a complex interaction between the brain, nervous system, emotional well-being, relationship dynamics, and physical health. Sexual desire is processed in the brain, filtered through memory, safety, emotional history, self-image, stress, and relationship satisfaction. The nervous system may interpret chronic stress and elevated cortisol levels, fatigue, anxiety, and emotional overload as signals of reduced safety or limited capacity, which can in turn interfere with sexual responsiveness even when hormone levels are otherwise normal. One of the most important developments in modern sexual health research, as researchers like Emily Nagoski have shown, is the distinction between spontaneous desire and responsive desire. Spontaneous desire refers to sexual interest that appears seemingly out of nowhere. It is the kind of desire often portrayed in media and popular culture as immediate, instinctive, electric, and already present before any intimacy has begun. Responsive desire is different. Rather than preceding intimacy, it emerges during or after the conditions for arousal are established. These conditions may include affectionate touch, novelty, relaxation, sensual environments, or feeling psychologically safe and connected. This distinction matters enormously because if you're waiting to feel desire before you engage, you may be waiting for something that, neurologically speaking, isn't designed to come first. Think about it this way. You're exhausted after a long week. You don't feel a flicker of desire. But your partner lights a candle, puts on music you love, touches you slowly, and something shifts. That's responsive desire doing exactly what it's designed to do. It reflects a different, evidence-based model of sexual functioning. This doesn't mean that you have low desire by nature. You may simply need a different entry point. So, learn your body. Track your rhythms. Create the conditions that let desire surface rather than waiting for it to appear from nowhere. Instead of asking, "What's wrong with me?" the better question becomes, "What does my body need in order to feel safe enough for desire to emerge?" You are not meant to fight the tides. You are meant to know them. High desire and low desire, spontaneous and responsive, bold and quiet, all of it belongs to you. So explore what feels good to you. Buy the toy. Take the bath. Read the story that stirs something in you. Touch yourself slowly, without agenda. Because a woman who knows herself, she's saying, "I deserve to feel good. I deserve connection. I deserve to understand what I want." She's not waiting for the tides. She's at home in it,